Our world, it's facing some really complex environmental challenges. And things like wildfires, frankly, they're not just seasonal anymore, are they?
No, not at all. It feels like a year-round reality now.
Exactly. It fundamentally shifts how we have to think about risk, about prevention. So today we're taking a deep dive into how one utility, Northwestern Energy, is tackling wildfire monitoring. And they're doing it through a pretty innovative partnership.
Interesting.
Yeah, and our source material for this comes from a really revealing customer story. It shows a practical application of, well, some pretty cutting-edge tech that's making a real difference.
Right, so not just theoretical stuff.
Not at all. And when we talk about advanced weather intelligence, it's more than just, your standard forecast. We're talking systems using real-time data, complex models, maybe even AI, to predict conditions on a super local level, really accurately, giving utilities actionable insights, not just like raw data.
Got it. Actionable is the key word there.
Definitely. So, okay, our mission today, let's unpack this. Let's pull out the key nuggets on how this advanced weather intelligence is helping prevent wildfires, helping build safer communities.
Sounds good. Where do we start?
Well, let's think about that shift. It wasn't long ago we talked about a specific fire season, right? A window of risk.
Yeah, I remember that.
But that idea, it just doesn't really hold up anymore. Wildfires feel like a constant threat now.
They really do.
And that forces utilities like Northwestern Energy, they have to completely change their approach. They can't just react anymore. They need to be proactive, constantly monitoring, anticipating. It's a huge shift, isn't it?
It really is. And what's so critical about that move, from reactive to proactive, it changes the whole game for risk management.
How so?
Well, think about it. Managing wildfire risk effectively, it demands constant, really granular insight, not just checking in periodically or waiting for something to blow up.
Right. You need it now.
Exactly. When minutes count, the insight has to be instant. If you're using, say, older forecasts or data that isn't specific enough for a particular valley or ridge,
You're already behind.
you're always a step behind.
Yeah.
That lack of timely, really hyper-local info means decisions get delayed. And that's where the risk just skyrockets. It's the difference between spotting a problem before it starts versus scrambling when the fire's already going.
That makes total sense. And I guess that realization, that's what drove Northwestern Energy to look for a really robust year-round program. It sounds like it was almost a quest for them to find the right weather intelligence partner, someone who would do more than just provide data feeds.
Exactly right. And if you connect that to the bigger picture, why Meteomatics? It wasn't just about getting a data stream. It was about finding a partner, someone capable of, deep collaboration.
Okay.
Incredible speed in getting things delivered, and crucially, enabling much smarter decisions across their entire operation. They needed someone who got the stakes.
Someone who could keep up and evolve with them.
Precisely. Sean Coleman, he's their wildfire mitigation manager. He actually put it really well. He said, and this is a direct quote, this partnership improves our wildfire and weather situational awareness program tremendously.
Wow.
Yeah, and he added, we were looking for a weather intelligence partner that could match our vision and commitment, and we found that here. That really speaks volumes, doesn't it? It's about alignment.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've got the why they needed to change and the who they partnered with, but I'm really curious about the practical stuff now.
Yeah.
How does Meteomatics actually do this? What's the how behind the impact?
Right, the nuts and bolts. Well, it boils down to a few core tech advantages that make their data really powerful and, like we said, actionable.
Okay.
First off, there's what they call unprecedented data density. Meteomatics gives them weather data at this incredibly high resolution, both in time and space. We're talking a new data point every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes.
Yeah, every 5 minutes for every single square kilometer.
Hold on. Every square kilometer. Every 5 minutes. That sounds like just a massive amount of data. What's the real benefit of that much detail for wildfires?
That's a great question. It's easy to think more data, so what? But it's about eliminating those dangerous blind spots.
Okay.
Think about a wildfire situation. Winds can shift dramatically in minutes, not hours. And they can be totally different across one small valley versus the next ridge over.
Right. Very localized.
Exactly. Older data, coarser data, it means you're always playing catch up with what's actually happening on the ground right now.
Yeah.
This level of granularity, the 5-minute square kilometer level, it's not just more, it's the critical difference. It lets you see that sudden wind shift or humidity drop before it happens or as it happens.
Instead of hearing about it after the fire's already jumped.
Precisely. It allows for truly predictive steps, not just reacting after the fact.
Okay, that makes sense. That density is about predictive power.
And that ties right into the second big advantage, visualization. Matthew Sargent, he's the director of meteorology and grid management there. He had a really powerful take on this.
Oh, yeah.
He said, one thing to say, winds will blow 45 miles per hour at a specific spot. It's another to show it on a map with charts and layer in multiple models.
Seeing is believing, kind of.
Totally. And he finished with, Meteomatics blew me out of the water. I've never seen a product like it before.
That really hits home, right? It's about making incredibly complex data instantly understandable. Actionable for the whole team, not just the weather experts. Clarity when it matters most.
That visualization piece sounds key for operational team.
Definitely. Then there's the forecasting accuracy. They provide these 45-hour forecasts accurate down to 0.1 degrees Celsius.
0.1 degree. That's incredibly precise. It is. And that precision is vital for predicting things like relative humidity and dew point. Yeah, lower humidity, higher dew points. That means drier fuels, much easier for fires to ignite and spread rapidly. So that accuracy is absolutely critical for anticipating dangerous fire conditions.
Wow. That level of detail, the density, the accuracy, it sounds incredibly complex to set up, though. I mean, you mentioned speed earlier, but were there unexpected hurdles getting a system like this running so quickly? Building it all in 6 weeks, connecting data in 3 or 4, that seems exceptionally fast.
It really is impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it kind of speaks to how mature their API and their solutions are.
Yeah.
They definitely highlighted that rapid implementation as a huge plus.
Yeah, I bet.
Getting that data connection live in just 3 to 4 weeks and the whole system built and running within 6 weeks, that meant Northwestern Energy could start using these powerful new capabilities right away, not waiting months and months.
Right, when they needed it, essentially.
Exactly. It really shows Meteomatics can deliver fast and effectively. And then the final piece is the seamless integration and automation.
How does that work?
Well, the data comes in via a weather API, and they also use this weather alerts solution. And this feeds directly into Northwestern's own existing systems, their wildfire mitigation system, their fire weather awareness team.
So it slots right in.
Right. It's not just dumping data on them. It's about streamlining the whole risk management process, automating things so the actionable information gets to the right people instantly without someone having to manually pull it or push it.
Okay, so we've gone through the tech, the density, the visualization, the speed, the integration. But let's bring it back. What does this all actually mean for, for you listening or for the communities Northwestern Energy serves? What's the real impact here?
Yeah, the so what. And the benefits are really significant, especially for public safety. The absolute core outcome is enhanced safety and that real shift to being proactive.
Moving beyond just reacting.
Exactly. Moving from reacting to fires after they start to actively working to prevent them. That translates directly into safer communities, safer infrastructure.
Makes sense.
It also means much, much better decision-making. Having more precise, timely weather intelligence allows for better operational calls, including those really tough but sometimes necessary public safety power shutoffs, the PSPS.
Ah, yes. Turning off power to prevent ignitions. Always controversial.
Very difficult decision. But this system helps inform it better. It bridges that gap between, highly technical weather data and clear operational guidance for everyone involved, from crews in the field right up to leadership.
So better decisions, safer communities. What else?
Well, a big one is just increased operational confidence for Northwestern Energy. They simply have more certainty now when they're handling these high-risk events. They're backed by data they trust that's highly accurate and truly actionable. They're just better equipped.
It sounds like a really transformative setup. But, these wildfire challenges, they keep evolving, getting worse in some areas. Does adopting a system that's so high-res, so data-intensive, does that bring its own challenges? Maybe like data processing or keeping teams up to speed?
That's a really perceptive question. And yes, handling that volume and complexity is non-trivial.
Yeah.
But the key here, and they emphasize this, is that the solution is built to be scalable.
Ah, okay.
It's designed to grow and adapt alongside the challenges. Wildfire management isn't static. The threats change. So the system needs to be adaptable too, not just a one-off fix.
So it can evolve with the problem.
Exactly. And that partnership aspect is crucial too, ensuring there's ongoing support, ongoing development to meet whatever future needs arise. They're building a resilient, adaptive capability, not just buying a product.
Right. So wrapping this up, what we've really explored today is this powerful combination, this synergy between having a proactive mindset and coupling it with hyper-local, high-resolution weather intelligence.
Hmm.
It seems like a genuine game changer for how utilities like Northwestern Energy can protect communities from this, ever-increasing threat of wildfires.
It really does. And, this raises an important question, maybe something for you, the listener, to think about. Consider this model we've discussed, leveraging this kind of super precise data-driven foresight like we see here in wildfire management. How could that same approach be applied to other areas? Other things critical for public safety or infrastructure, maybe in your own community? What other big challenges could be transformed if we shifted from just reacting to using data for proactive prevention and mitigation? Something to chew on.